Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Fabs of Flushes 2020 week 2. Last week we had a fail, but I'm excited for today's product because one of my favourite YouTubers, Raw Beauty Kristi, loves this foundation. It always looks so good on her that I knew I had to try it this year. I'm going to be testing out the Pure 4-in-1 Love You Selfie foundation. This was a big thing when it initially came out because this foundation comes in 100 shades. I cannot tell you how excited I am because I know this is pretty good coverage, and as you all know, I love a full coverage foundation. But will it last on my oily acne prone skin? Let's find out. As always, if you've been here for a while and you know the drill, we're gonna read up some claims. This foundation costs £32, which is quite expensive. And online, there's so many shades. I was like so overwhelmed with the amount. You do get a get matched quiz. I did do it, wasn't really happy with how it matched me. I went onto foundation.com and I tried to do it that way. I ended up picking out the shade LN6, which is light neutral 6. Let's read the highlights. Oh, there's so many. It's time to love your skin, your selfie, the way you look from every angle with 4-in-1 Love You Selfie. This groundbreaking all-in-one skincare-infused longwear foundation and concealer instantly masks and blurs the look of imperfection as it helps enhance your natural beauty. Enriched with age-defying keratin complex and antioxidant-rich energy complex that's made from signature blend of green tea, ginseng and vitamin B, this redefining complexion miracle is makeup you can feel good about. Packed with good for your skin nutrients, this medium to full coverage foundation and concealer helps fight against environmental stresses as well as skin damaging effects caused by exposure to daily high energy visible blue light. Choose your perfect match from 100 vegan friendly shades consisting of cool, neutral and warm undertones that seamlessly blend into the skin for airbrush looking glow that's universally flattering. Help conceal blemishes, dark spots and imperfections with the targeted built-in doe foot applicator, or achieve buildable all over coverage with the convenient traditional pump. Go ahead and snap your best selfie. We've got you covered for a finish that's so flawless looking you'll skip the filters. I read a lot of these descriptions and this is probably one of the best ones I have ever read. There are some claims already. 95% say this is an easy product to use. 92% say product effectively conceals redness and discoloration. 92 say product help conceal blemishes and skin imperfections. 90 say product feels comfortable on the skin. As always, I will be applying the foundation with a sponge on one side of my face and then with a brush on the other. Let's get into it. The carton is quite nice, it's quite standard, but I do actually like that little window on the side where you can actually see your foundation. That's a nice touch. Ooh, I mean, this does feel quite expensive. I'm pretty sure this is plastic. Okay, so if you want to apply it as concealer, it has the doe foot applicator. I love that. And then obviously on the top it has the pump. Every single foundation should have that. Even though I don't like doe foot applicators to have to come back to the original place, having that option is a fantastic, like, not only marketing idea, but just it actually is useful. But I've been babbling on for too long. Let's put this foundation on. So I'm pumping out two, well, it was more like a 1.5. You know, the first pump is always a bit reasonably thick. By the way, the only thing I have on my face right now is the Revolution SPF 30 Protecting Boost for normal to oily skin. Let's get started. I'm picking up some foundation on a sponge and I'm gonna put it on my face. Yeah. Since this is a 4-in-1 foundation, I'm also going to conceal my under eye. Okay, this is one side of my face with one layer of the foundation applied with a sponge in comparison to my bare face. I think the match is really good. I am creasing on my eyelids, unfortunately. In all honesty, I don't think I would use it as a concealer. I love the finish. I'm so excited. This looks so good. Let's try a brush. I'm not liking how this looks. So if you want to share this foundation out, I would definitely not use a brush for that. It just doesn't apply it evenly. Ends up looking a little bit heavy with a brush. Okay, this is the other side of my face with one layer of the foundation applied with a brush in comparison to my bare face. I do prefer the sponge side purely because I feel like the brush, even though it gives you a little bit more coverage than the sponge does, it just applies it a little heavy. The one thing that worries me immediately is that it's settling into my forehead line. The fact that it's doing that now, literally 5 minutes after I've applied it, it's probably going to collect later on within the day. I'm actually pretty happy with the coverage. I always call this a high coverage. This is a high coverage foundation. So it's not medium, but it's not full. It's in between. This foundation is still so comfortable. It set a little bit because there is a difference between initial application and what I'm seeing now. It just sets like the tiniest little bit. It's not by all means powdery, but as you can see, it gives you like this demi matte. I would call this just natural finish, where it has sheen. If I move my head, you can see the lights reflecting on my cheeks. I love that. I know people always say people with oily skin should wear matte foundation. I don't believe that's true. I was going to use the doe foot applicator to conceal my under eye, but I did pump out a lot on the foundation. Probably not even going to use all of that up. It does have coverage, like it does have a lot of coverage. I have the most darkness or discoloration in the inner portion of my eye. Most people do. And it does layer quite nicely. Okay, we're not done yet. I feel very nice and concealed. Oh my gosh, you don't even realize how excited I am. In my foundation wear test, I always try different formulas on top of foundations because we all do different things to our makeup. Like I love cream contour. I use the Revolution Fast Base Foundation in F14 to bronze, to sculpt, to contour, and not every foundation likes that. There was no problem whatsoever with the cream contour. I love how it looks. It looks flawless, it looks seamless. Love it. However, the more I wear this, and I've had this on for about 15 minutes now, it's getting a little... If you have oily skin, you'll know what I mean, where it just straight up feels very creamy on your face and it's starting to get like really oily feeling. I was loving this so much. I need to set this. I'm gonna use my ACNE no color powder to set my whole face, as I do want to give it a fair shot. Okay, my face is powdered. I wished I wouldn't have to powder my whole face because I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the feeling. I feel very powdery. I feel like I want to use a setting spray, but I could also feel that it's not going to be long till I can feel the dew. I was so excited for this and now I'm a bit like, oof. I'm worried it's not going to be a good foundation. It is 9:58, it is 10 o'clock. I'm going to finish off my makeup off camera and I shall see you in 2 hours at my first check-in. Okie dokie friends, 2 hours have passed. This is what my face looks like. I like it. It does look better than it did initially when I powdered it. It looks a little bit more natural and there's a little bit of my natural oils coming through, as we can see in the center of my face, especially on this side for whatever reason. I do have a little bit of shine on my forehead, around my hairline, on my cheeks. It is still good. There's no major rub off at this point. I actually quite like it. The only rub off I have is on that spot. Could probably blot. You know what? I might, because that was the mistake I did last week with the foundation. I let it get really oily and it didn't look that good. No more shine. Looking good. This is the transfer. Not bad. The more I look at my face, the more I notice that there is a tiny little bit of rub off on my chin, but it still looks good. I still like it a lot. It looks nice. I do prefer it when it does have that little bit of shine, if I'm being completely honest, but I want it to last, so I'm gonna blot. Really happy with it so far. 2 hours in. Let's keep going. Hopefully it's gonna last a nice amount of time. Okay, so it's hour number 6. I do apologize, I was busy. We had a whole debate with my family members, so I couldn't just stop and film a check-in because I was in the moment, you know. This is what my face looks like at hour number 6. It doesn't look great. I am oily AF on my forehead and I'm gonna have to blot. There is more rub off in the mouth area especially. Anyway, let's blot. Okay, and this is what my face looks like after blotting. The forehead, surprisingly, you guys, this was one of my biggest worries, that the foundation was gonna collect in my forehead lines. It did collect just the tiniest little bit and my texture is emphasized, but other than that, especially like if you don't look so close up, it looks the best out of my whole face. The tops of my cheeks look okay. Yeah, this area is not great. I also have foundation missing on my nose. Not the most long-lasting foundation for sure, but it actually looks okay still. I still kind of like it, and I'm definitely going to carry on. If you can hear the clicking noise in the background, is my mum. So let's carry on. So far, okay, but the question is it worth £32? So let's carry on and answer that question. Alright you guys, hour number 8. This is what my face looks like. No major change except for the fact I am oily again, so it's time to blot. This is my face after blotting. As we can see, the foundation is slowly not surviving the oiliness. Sorry about the noise, by the way. The foundation is slowly just fading away as the time goes by. But I'm going to give it 2 more hours before I take it off, and then we're going to have a conclusion. Officially hour number 10, and my face does not look great. I mean, my forehead looks amazing. I am so shocked that actually looks the best. The foundation didn't survive, it just slipped. I reviewed the ingredients list, and this foundation has a lot of oil extract. It has like shea butter extract, it has some sunflower oil, it has some other oils in there. It also does have like lactic acid in there and other skincare ingredients, so it's actually a good, somewhat good ingredients list. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought about how much it is, and it is £32, I would definitely choose NARS Luminous All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation over this, despite it is £3 more, because it just is so much more long lasting than this. So my conclusion is that it is a nice foundation because it does look very, very nice upon application. It actually looked really good for like the first 4 hours, I want to say. I did forget to do a check-in at 4 hours, but you know, at my 2 hours it looked alright, and I'm sure between there and 6 hours, that's when it kind of fell apart the most. That was the most difference that it made. It is okay, it's just not for oily skins, really. It's just not that long lasting, basically. As always, I hope you have found this video useful. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. I hope to see you next time.